What's up, everybody? 305 Adventures here, heading out to the Everglades for a little maybe catch, not cook, because if I catch anything, I'm not gonna cook it. Fish from the Everglades, kind of polluted waters, unfortunately. A lot of runoff from the golf courses and communities surrounding there. So just drive around and see what happens today. All right, let's head on out. All right, so while I'm driving, I figured give you guys a little bit of facts anyway about myself. I'm originally from New Jersey. Moved down here decades and decades ago, way before the pandemic. I've been here since '93, and I'm a licensed CDLA licensed truck driver. I've been driving semis since 2005. Started in Salt Lake City, Utah, with a company called CR England. Really cool company. And drove all over the country. Only missed Mississippi and Louisiana. I have not been to those two states. Everywhere else I have been. My favorite place is Utah, Oklahoma, Texas, and New Mexico. Driving through those places were absolutely beautiful. Very amazing landscape. People were cool. Yeah, for trips, I definitely want to go back to Texas and Utah and Oklahoma. I love those places. I had a very great time when I drove on the road. So now, yeah, I've had my license for a very long time, and I transport trucks. That's my day job. I'm also an artist. I've been doing tattoo, graffiti designs since I was 13, 14 years old. I picked that up naturally, didn't go to art school. I'm actually pretty good at it, but I've been doing it ever since and non-stop. I love art and I love travel, so that's why I decided to start this channel. Might as well. So, all right, let's go back on the road. Enough of the boring stuff. Oh yeah, my favorite fast food, junk food is White Castle hamburgers. Best of the best. All right, let's get back on the road. All right, made it to the first stop. Very nice, cool morning. It was definitely under 70 degrees, and everything looked really nice in this location. Pretty big gator. Saying hello. There goes Charlie, heading out. So when I parked, I got to my first location, started setting up my gear. What's up, everybody? 305 Adventures. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe for more videos. All right, let's get on with the show. All right, so when I got to the first spot, I noticed that there was a lot of activity in the water, a lot of fish jumping around, a lot of bugs flying around, so I was hopeful. I had so many missed hits. I would toss it where I would see the fish that would come up and mess with the water. I would toss it in that area. They would try to hit it, but it would miss. I'm not sure if it was a small hook or a small fish, but I missed so many. I got to go back and check out this place again. So after a while of no getting hits, I changed lures and I finally got one. Bam! Took it really quick once I changed the lure. Yep, I don't know if you noticed, but these cheap $20 Walmart rods are so much fun to use on light tackle. So this is a Mayan cichlid. They do not belong in South Florida. This is a fish that was brought over from South America or Central America. They're more of a tropical fish. So they've been brought over here as pets, dumped into the Everglades and our local canals over here. And because there's tons of food, these fishes exploded in population. So now they're all over our South Florida canals and waterways. Got this small little freshwater bass. Not too bad. I've caught bigger ones before. Not bad. Let's go. All right, so I checked my lure, tossed that again, a couple tries. I got smacked. This time it was way harder, and I checked the camera to make sure it was on. I'm not sure if it was on or not. I couldn't see it from my angle. Biggest Mayan cichlid I've ever caught. Sucker's pretty big. All right, so far I caught a Mayan cichlid and a freshwater bass. Not too bad. Like I said, I'm pretty horrible at freshwater. Not really good at it, even in New Jersey. At the most, I've caught maybe a few bass, some bluegills, and I think maybe even one chain pickerel at the most. All right, I'll try a little bit more over here, and then I brought some cooking stuff. We'll do a cooking video in a little bit. All right, let's get back to the action. See you guys in a bit. All right, the first location was pretty cool. Got a bass and 2 Mayan cichlids, and I got one of the biggest ones I've ever caught. Biggest Mayan cichlids I ever caught. But I'm gonna go down a little bit further. I'll fish here for like another 15-20 minutes, and then I'll do something else. So far, it's pretty cool. There are quite a bit of fish in these canals, definitely. Beautiful wildlife here, really remote. All right, let's see what happens in this location. Moved a little bit further down now. All right, finished fishing for today. I'm gonna head back, go to the restroom, clean up a little bit, get some coffee probably, and do a little bit of cooking. So I'm pulling off to Snake Road right now. I need to take a little break, clean up. Had fun fishing the canals over here. I'm not a pro fisherman, definitely not a pro freshwater fisherman, even though I've been here for a very long time. Freshwater's not my thing over here. I'd rather do saltwater the majority of the time. Plaza's pretty nice. Plenty of parking. Plenty of parking. They redid the plaza because it used to be smaller, older, outdated, but they did an excellent job here in this plaza. If you ever come to Florida, you want something interesting to do, you don't want to do the beaches, come over here. They actually have a casino inside. This is the Miccosukee Service Plaza in the middle of Alligator Alley. Tons of parking, very clean facility, and they even have a casino for your high rollers, but I don't do casinos. This is a Jeep trail, or like an off-road trail back here. I always wanted to check it out. So left the car in the main parking lot, walked over to the alligator-infested canal area. This area has the ATV trail, where if you have an ATV, you could go up and down miles and miles of off-roading in the Everglades. And just like everywhere in the Everglades, you have your tour guide waiting to help you out with a big smile and a lot of teeth. course, alligators everywhere here. All right, checked out the canal, heading back to get some lunch. Blah, blah, blah. More miles of driving. But, all right. Next stop, lunch. As you can see here, I brought my cooking kit, but the actual cooking video will be coming out shortly. I have a full video coming out for that one, so stay tuned. What I'm eating is called a choripan. I'm having a choripan in the middle of the Everglades. That's a first for me. If you're from Argentina or Uruguay, you know what I'm talking about. Alright, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, follow, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.